Mate, here we go. khalid and Fairy Peak. I've been so furious all weekend because I've been watching. I know you already got to cast one of these, but I've been forced to watch all 4 of them so far. This is the 5th. This is our final one, and this might very well be the juiciest of the lot.
Oh, it's just unbelievable. khalid on the oKhaliD channel for the first time. Fairy Peak, far from his first appearance here, though. And I think that's got to be an edge. You know, Fairy Peak's got the competitive experience under his belt. And not only that, he's got a ton of experience playing in this kind of hitbox. So yeah, I think this could be a lot closer than some people are thinking.
Fairy has also been kind of go on the grind a little bit this week. Seen him really starting to level up a little bit more as khalid already starting to dominate some of those boost amounts. Both sides will be brick walls when it comes to their defense. And Fairy's going to need to do exactly that right now as he takes on khalid. Couldn't quite find the flick.
Extremely grounded for most of the matchups in Battle of the Bulls, and these guys are both grounded play experts, so that will fit into their play style quite nicely. Flicks, not really what we're known for when it comes to khalid. He's all about the bounce dribbles, and this might be a more difficult time for him to be bounce dribbling with that low profile.
Oh, he's gone for the shot. Fairy keeps it out. What a save. khalid's still got boost control. You can keep this going. There's one bounce. Fairy, a little bit of a twist in the car, forced khalid to take the shot, but he still maintains control.
Yeah, there's great boost management from Fairy Peak as well. He's never on 0, and that is important. I mean, it's him who's said you need at least 12 to save anything. Is he going to be able to get back for this one? He spawned on the wrong side, and that means 1-0 for khalid, who just refused to give Fairy Peak any chance to get out of defense.
I mean, hats off to Fairy for holding on just for that long.
Yeah.
That was very impressive, and he made a lot of those saves look pretty simple for himself. But for those of you that have not met khalid before, that's what he does. Puts you under that pressure, and eventually the mistake will happen. Depending on how this bounce goes, Fairy could have had a chance. Went against him, and now it's khalid's turn to defend! And he didn't stand a chance on that one!
Look at the transition from Fairy. He didn't rush this one. He weighed up his options, saw where khalid was, and then just suddenly jumps off the back wall and puts it into the net before khalid can react to the near post shot. That is a brilliant play by Fairy.
Look, we've seen the mechanics advance so much, Johnny, but we've always got time for a Doomsy dish. Right off there, here comes Fairy. Looks to try and get his second top corner. And khalid pushes it away.
Oh my, look at the plays in the corner as well. He lands outside of his goal so he can collect the corner boost, and then jumps over the demo without even looking to see where Fairy is. That's awareness from khalid. Look at that, he's left an uncontested wall shot, and he's quite frankly lucky that Fairy didn't put that on target. Something that Fairy's extremely well known for. Now khalid straight down the middle. Has the flick, but no power on it. Might try and catch Fairy. He does. Trips up Fairy's landing.
Fairy once again. That shot is off target. 2 chances there for Fairy. He's missed both of them. khalid can't quite control the ball either, so Fairy, the first player that wants to go to the air. Will he get the result for it? Not quite. Now comes all up to the recovery. Both players back incredibly well. khalid and Fairy both up on boost. And khalid might have got himself set up, but Fairy's landing's good enough.
Look again, khalid trying to trip up Fairy, but that time he actually ended up pushing Fairy into the boost, so Fairy Peak's going to be right back in this play. Another jump over a demo, wave dashes to land, and khalid is coming up Fairy here, never afraid of a 50-50. Neither is Fairy Peak. This is something that they're both so well versed in.
Goes up, Fairy has to recover. He's managed to just hook the wheels through on the backside of the goal, so that was incredibly good from him. Half the game already gone here. 1 each. khalid has put himself in a bit of trouble. And he has got away with it.
Yeah, that was risky. I mean, khalid never wants to take the ball across his own box. He loves to keep it in the corner. He's really boost-starved here, though. Oh my goodness, what a save. Fairy Peak was all in for that.
He's through.
I think that might be a goal for khalid. It is. He takes his time with it, and on the counter, puts himself up 2-1. What a defensive masterclass this has been. Both players putting in work in the goal line.
Yeah, we've not seen either player really go that deep into the bag of tricks. This is just who can get the saves, who can get the ball after it. And khalid's got the lead. Last time this happened, Fairy Peak got it back very quickly, and that was so cheeky. khalid able to spot it quick enough.
khalid knew he had to stay on the ball there. Doesn't want to give Fairy Peak a free offensive play. Now the reverse challenge. khalid trying to make this boost advantage work. But you've always got to remember, Fairy Peak will have more boost than you think he does. His management is excellent under pressure.
got always more boost than you think he does, he uses it in a better, more effective way than most players do. As,
oh, wow.
Wow, Fairy, that was incredibly brave, and he almost got a very well-earned reward for it. He's still on the offense. A bit of a pop over to himself. That's a proper flick. And
My
Khaled
goodness.
keeps it out, but he is very much up against it boost-wise. He's got to get out of this position.
Yeah, he thought about running for the mid boost, but after seeing Fairy Peak's wall shot earlier, he thinks again, but Fairy will punish him for that. Gets one through, and even with the expert goalkeeping of Khaled, Fairy Peak's shot was just too good.
Khaled has two choices there. Either get yourself on the goal line and be forced to stop, which already makes the shot save against Fairy that much more difficult, or just dive on in. Neither you would really describe as high-quality plays, but there was no other choice on that little bit of boost. Fairy now up into the air. He's got Khaled's jump, but Khaled's contact's good enough to put it behind Fairy.
Yeah, it's a good backflip away from that blow by Fairy. Half-flipped as well, so that he could recover as quickly as possible. Now he's hiding behind the ball. He's wanting Khaled to just flip into this and give away possession.
Fairy seems to be utilizing that experience that he's got. He wants to test Khaled. Are you going to be able to hold your nerve and not jump when you don't need to? Khaled off the demo. He's got a bit of space. Fairy trying to hide behind the ball, but Khaled can see him, and once again, the flick not quite available, but that bump on Fairy opens up a couple of options. At least it did. Now Fairy on the breakaway. Khaled didn't quite get anything on that one, but Fairy's going to back down.
You can see that there's a real fear here for both players to flick the ball too high. Now that's a free shot. Khaled's missed it. He's hit the post, and it's bouncing back flat. Fairy Peak didn't have to worry about that centering. That was a completely open net. Khaled just missed it. The pressure is rising as we get to the final few seconds.
Have we got ourselves a $5,000 goal on the line? It looks like we do. Fairy's going to have one more shot at this. Khaled bounces it off. Fairy's still sticking around. But these players more than capable of dribbling it over across the field 2 or 3 times over.
He's got all the boost. This is all Fairy's. Oh, look at the bravery of Khaled. He didn't want to back off. Sticks in the challenge, knowing that Fairy Peak will dribble.
So here we go, all of it on this goal. Khaled sets himself up. That's where he scored so often the previous times. Usually capable of setting himself for the bounce dribble. Fairy sticking close enough. And now Fairy might have just been caught out. 5 boosts left. Boost stolen away in the back corner. Fairy's got to make use of that 12 that you mentioned earlier on, Johnny. And he's done good enough at it, but this is still a very tough spot.
Oh, that's unbelievable defense from Fairy. 2 flips gets him right back on the ball. And not only has he defended that play, he might have just scored it. That is unbelievable. Fairy Peak, forever the GOAT of 1v1, has done it again.
Look at that. Gets across him after stealing the boost, and Khaled try as he wants. No way he can force his way through. Khaled will lose. Fairy Peak takes it. What a game.
And Khaled will have to wait just a little bit longer before he gets his revenge against Fairy Peak, because it's not going to be today. Fairy Peak once again comes out on top in an overtime in the last game of a series. It's the only game of a series today, of course. But my goodness, Fairy Peak is just something else.
That was so much fun. I'm so glad we had the opportunity to do it, but it is now time for grand finals. Leaf, over to you.
Thank you, Shogun and Johnny. And I feel like Gibbs is controlling the strings because didn't we talk about wanting to see an overtime in one of these?
I know.
And then
we get it at the end. That's a $5,000 goal. That's a $5,000 goal for Fairy Peak. He's been in high intense positions before, but maybe nothing like this where it's only him. There's no teammates. There's no nothing. The defense on both sides with limited boost at different times. I felt like the boost war game, you saw it through this whole 1v1, and you could really tell when someone's on 12 boost versus when someone's on 100 and see how they play, Subi.
I mean, not only the mechanics were on display, but how about the high IQ from both players? There wasn't one wasted input on their controllers throughout that entire 5 minutes. And then they went longer than 5 minutes into overtime. And it truly was just a back and forth battle that went down to the final seconds. That was the most fun I've had watching 1v1s in a long time. 2 of the best in their play styles just complement each other so well.
Yeah, no, I think this was the perfect way to get us prepared for what's coming in the grand finals and to showcase what 1v1s can do here. Gibbs, this is and especially again to really showcase oKhaliD and that region, because there are other players that are also looking just as good as him out there on the field.
Oh yeah, like, and for him, like, we talk about Fairy Peak and pressure. Obviously, Khaled, like, he comes into this, he's never been on the mainstream before. He's never played in anything like this, and he has to do a kickoff in overtime where it's like, if I mess up here, that's it. It's over.
One kickoff.
And he battled. He battled that entire time. It could have went either way. It just came down to basically one little bump play at the end by Fairy Peak sealed the deal.
Yeah, I think that you were touching on it too there. Again, just with all the high IQ plays and no wasted movement. How refined, Subi, you have to be in 1v1s to be able to continue to play at that level. Because you make one small misinput or mistake, and you know your opponent's turning around punishing you because you don't have teammates behind you.
That's why I only have about 10 games in my history of Rocket League of 1v1, because I would be going through controllers left and right. It's just insane. You make one simple mistake and it's all on your shoulders. And it's incredible how those guys can just control the ball with ease. It's the mechanics, it's the IQ, but also that ball control of like, no, I want this to stick to my hood. And it just, boom. No, I want it to go far. Goes far. It's just so fun to watch these guys.
There was like a million times where I'm like, all right, they're going for a 50-50 here. And now, oh no, he's out of position. But then it goes back to his camera and I'm like, how is he already back? Or how did he get boost and get back in time? I don't know how these guys do it, but I need to learn 1v1s. That's all I know. And it's going to take a long time.
Okay, well, we need to find out that where's Johnny? We need to figure out, get a smug match between Gibbs and I.
Well, that's an easy win for me. We already know this. I don't even have to play one.
Excuse me? We're 1v1ing for our position here. You can have this spot. I'll move around. Right. Actually, no, I feel like the more responsibility lies on that middle seat.
Nah, I feel like Leaf would throw on purpose. Like, all right, cool, Gibbs, you run it from now on.
Yeah, and I'm like, wait, I think I just lost. I don't know how this works. Yeah,
that's brilliant. Yeah, no, 1v1s are definitely a completely different, a different beast that you're looking at for sure. I mean, I highly recommend, if you guys get the opportunity, and if you haven't already, I know a lot of you have in chat, go check out Johnny Boy's content and all the 1v1 content that he's running, because this is a very developed scene that's been going on for a very long time, and it's great Rocket League, great fundamentals can be learned in that. So highly recommend going check all the 1v1 content that's out there. Before we move on, though, we are going to talk to the winner of that one. Fairy Peak is joining us on the line. Congratulations on winning that Battle of the Bull.
Hello, man. Yeah, thank you, man.
Now, I know you've been under high pressure situations for a while. You're experienced. You know what it's like, but having a best of one with $5,000 on the line in front of everyone that goes to overtime, did you feel the nerves a little bit, or was this just another run-of-the-mill day for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's best of one, so like the pressure is getting to you like really fast, because like it's just a best of one. So like if you lose one kickoff, like especially this game, it was 3-2. So like if you lose one kickoff, like oKhaliD did like for my first goal, he just scored once, and like then it changed the whole game, especially in high pressure situation like this. So yeah, I mean, it was kinda I was a bit stressed. Like I think him too, because like with how we played, I saw he wasn't playing as usual, and he saw probably like me, I didn't play as usual too. So yeah, it was a bit weird, but it was really fun still.
So were you happy that went to overtime golden goal scenario, or were you like, I can't take this anymore?
No, I'm happy because the overtime, because like I didn't really play that many once game, so I was kinda like, hopefully I'm not gonna get stomped like in the best of one. It would have been bad, especially if it's before the final, but yeah, the match was pretty good, I think. Like it was really tense, not that many goals. It's a more mind game based or boost starving, so yeah, I'm really happy with the game goes.
Well, you definitely did not get stomped. That was quite the series. And you said that wasn't like usual for both of you. So I'm curious, what is usual when you guys play? Is it normally like super high scoring and you guys are going for flip resets, or what's it normally like when you two play?
I mean, yeah, it's more high scoring. Like it's at least 4 or 5 goals for like each. It's really rare when someone like when the game is like 3-2 like this. Like it's 3-2 like this because we both played like really safe, and we didn't wanted to like fully commit on the play. Like we didn't ceiling shot or I don't know, like free preset, because we knew that if he was gonna save it, it's gonna be a goal, and you don't want to get scored like by getting scored like you don't want to get free goal. I mean, my English is bad.
No, you understand it. Your English is better than my French, so you're
all of ours
there.
combined.
So, anyways, hey, you know what? That was fantastic. Look at this. Even during a North American event, Fairy Peak comes in and starts winning things. So, congratulations on that win.
Thank you so much, man, and props to oKhaliD for like playing really good stuff.
And there it is, Fairy Peak, your winner of our final Battle of the Bulls.